March always means madness in the recruiting game. Big prospects making big decisions, and that certainly is the case in Michigan, where the Wolverines have secured their highest-ranked in-state football prospect in nearly 2 decades. Indiana University dove into the NFL for a new associate head football coach, and his 2 sons are now ready to take Hoosierland High School football by storm. And Ohio's top running back has just named his final 5. We'll tell you who's still in the running. Break the Huddle, Scout Show, ready to go. Thanks for coming back to another edition of State Champ Scout Show. I'm Lauren Plant. We're presented by Lawrence Technological University. Our studio is actually located on the campus of Metro Detroit's Lawrence Tech. No matter what sport you play, if you want to play in college, you cannot get a better education, and you can play NAIA Collegiate Athletics. LTU wants you to recruit yourself. Academic and athletic scholarships being given out every day. Simply log on to LTUathletics.com. Ryan Van Dyke will be along shortly to talk the 3 keys to sports and life. But let's begin our recruiting roundup this week in Ohio.
This is Alan True with the latest in recruiting news from the state of Ohio. Columbus Eastmore offensive tackle Jalen Slappy now has 5 offers after a busy month of February. The 6'5", 280-pound Slappy had no offers going into the month, but after Old Dominion offered, Marshall, Akron, Toledo, and Ball State jumped in. A mobile, athletic prospect, Slappy is hearing from Power 5 schools as well. Pitt and Kentucky have shown interest, although neither has offered just yet. One of Ohio's top prospects has narrowed his list down as Cincinnati LaSalle running back Jabron Payne is named a top 5 of Alabama, Florida, Notre Dame, Northwestern, and Penn State. Payne brought that list down from an offer list that is at 17. Despite an ankle injury as a junior, Payne has established himself as one of the state's top backs. Offers came after his 790-yard and 13 total touchdown performance as a sophomore. Payne has not stated when he will make a college decision yet. Olentangy Berlin offensive tackle Jonathan Harder is now up to 5 offers: Bowling Green, Eastern Michigan, Ball State, Akron, and Toledo. A technically sound 6'6", 280-pound prospect with good feet and bend, Harder was a first-team all-conference selection as a junior. He also carries a 3.1 GPA in the classroom. In addition to the schools who have offered, Indiana, Cincinnati, Iowa State, Purdue, and more have shown interest. In a good offensive line year in the state, Harder has now established himself as one of the best. Cleveland Heights senior guard E.J. Farmer committed to Toledo in February. Farmer was an early-to-the-radar prospect. As a sophomore at Lutheran East, he averaged 22 points per game. He averaged 17.5 points per game as a junior his first year at Heights. His sophomore season included a 37-point performance against Spire Institute, which had several major recruits on their roster. The 6'4" Farmer had offers from Akron, Miami, and Ohio, as well as the Rockets, and schools like Pitt, Michigan, and Michigan State had also shown interest.
That's it for recruiting news this week. I'm Alan True.
If you're a high school athlete with the dream of playing college sports, Lawrence Technological University wants you to recruit yourself. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports, including its newest additions: competitive cheer and dance, esports, women's hockey, and men's and women's track and field. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
This is Scott Bernstein from Indiana. Fisher's Jeff Simmons might be the best 2-sport star in the state of Indiana right now. The word workhorse doesn't do him justice. Simmons is a 6'6", 220-pound junior power forward on the basketball floor and hybrid tight end on the football field. Last week, he joined the 1,000-point club on the hardwood. He's averaging 17 points and 7 rebounds per game this winter. Most likely, Simmons is headed to play on the gridiron in college. Indiana offered him back in the summer. Western Michigan and Tulane both offered in the past 10 days. Simmons made 50 grabs for 650 yards last fall, drawing comparisons to Tony Gonzalez, Ron Gronkowski, and Travis Kelce. The Hoosierland football recruiting landscape just landed a pair of blue chippers when IU hired Dylan McCullough to be its new associate head coach. McCullough's two sons, Desan and Day, are thoroughbreds. Both have enrolled at Bloomington South. Desan McCullough is a 6'5", 220-pound linebacker who's already committed to Ohio State. He'll be a senior in the fall. Day is a 6'2", 190-pound cornerback who will be a junior for the 2021 campaign. Dylan comes over from the NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs. Desan and Day played at Blue Valley North in Overland Park, Kansas the last couple years. Desan's 100 tackles and 10 sacks helped spark BVN into the state finals in Kansas before departing for B-Town last month. Some other recent offers of note coming from Division I college football programs include Charleston 22 blue chipper Keontae Goodwin, the #1 offensive line prospect in the state, being offered by Clemson. Andrian sophomore linebacker Drake Bowen, the #1 player in the state's class of 23, getting a Michigan State offer, and Center Grove junior quarterback Taven Jackson snaring an SEC offer from the Tennessee Volunteers. Checking in from Indiana, this is Scott Bernstein.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices. I'm Lauren Plant with the latest recruiting news from the state of Michigan. The Michigan Wolverines landed their top target in the 2022 class, and he's one of the most coveted recruits from the state in quite a while. Grosse Pointe South 5-star cornerback Will Johnson committed to Michigan on the final day of February, pledging to suit up where his dad, Dion, played from 1991 to 1994, instantly becoming the Wolverines' top-ranked commit in the 6-player class of 2022. Johnson is the third 2022 defensive back to commit to the Wolverines since February. At number 11 in the nation, Johnson is the highest-ranked prospect from the state since Lamar Woodley in 2003. By the 24/7 Sports composite ranking score, Johnson will be the 13th highest-ranked prospect to sign with the Wolverines since 2000, and the highest-ranked in-state prospect by that metric since Donovan Peoples-Jones in 2017. Over the years, the storied program at Birmingham Brother Rice has put countless players into college football uniforms, but almost none of them have the story to match that of fast-rising gamer-turned-giant prospect Aristotle Taylor, who settled on his own college home. The 6'8" senior defensive end chose a preferred walk-on slot with Stanford, finishing off a whirlwind year where he went from computer gaming to planning to be the Warriors team manager to adding 40 pounds of muscle to his frame to suiting up and showing off-the-charts potential that had recruiters drooling. Taylor ended up with full ride offers from several Ivy League schools, as well as Eastern Michigan and Vanderbilt, as well as walk-on offers at Michigan, Michigan State, and Notre Dame. In his social media post announcing his commitment, Taylor hoped that his, quote, story is proof of what can happen when you truly dedicate yourself to whatever you set your mind to, end quote. If you didn't know what a tackling machine Warren De La Salle Jr. Will Beasley is prior to the Division II state finals in January, just ask members of the Muskegon Mona Shores offense who still have bruises named after him. A combination linebacker, strong safety, the 6', 210-pound Beasley racked up 17 solo and 20 total tackles in the title game loss. College recruiters know who the All-Stater is, and their pursuit has only picked up intensity since that showing. He's gotten offers from Princeton, Dartmouth, Penn, Harvard, and Lehigh in the last month, adding those to the first D1 offer from Eastern Michigan back in January. As a sophomore, Taylor Anderson was a key contributor for a Detroit Renaissance program that won its first league title in nearly a decade. And now as a junior, she's been a huge factor for a different program, South Lyon East, who is making a serious run at winning its first league title ever. Her value, needless to say, is well understood, but Central Michigan University is the college program Anderson committed to in February's final days. The Chippewas may still be getting a steal as the athletic 5'9" combo guard continues to grow into her potential. As a sophomore for Renaissance, Anderson averaged just under 11 points, over 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and just over 2 assists per game, as the Phoenix went 22-2 and won their first PSL title since 2011. This year, for South Lyon East, she's averaged a little over 11 points per contest in the 5 games leading up to her commitment. Anderson chose Central Michigan over offers from Texas Southern, North Carolina A&T, Detroit Mercy, Western Michigan, North Dakota, Eastern Michigan, Oakland, Toledo, and Bradley. While he was getting attention from Central Michigan last season, recruiting has picked up for Rochester Adams Jr. Alex DeGrick in the last 2 months, with the Highlander team captain and all-region player picking up his first Division I offer from Penn in mid-February after taking a virtual Junior Day visit 3 days earlier. He added a bid from Dartmouth just before the end of the month as well. At 6'4.5" and 225 pounds, DeGrick has the frame to put on size and pair it with the strength he's already exhibiting, benching 305 pounds and squatting 405. He lines up at either offensive tackle or tight end on offense and defensive end on the other side of the ball. He also suits up in basketball for Adams. That's it from Michigan. I'm Lauren Plant.
Hey, what's up, guys and gals? This is Ryan Van Dyke with State Champs Network. It's 2021, and I may just have the perfect formula to sports, work, maybe even your life. About a month ago, I had the pleasure to work alongside an NFL coach, assisting with one of our quarterback training sessions. After it was over, I initially felt validated that many of the things that I teach are tried and true to the quarterback position. But it wasn't just that. There was definitely something more I wanted to get from the experience, and that's what I'm going to share with you over the next few episodes, what I took from his message. A few episodes ago, I spoke about approaching goals with a less impressed but more involved way of thinking, to love the doing. So the Ryan from 10 to 20 years ago would probably have already divulged to the coaches, probably bought what he dressed in, and copied what he sounded like, seen what he drove away in, etc. But I've learned over time to listen and learn, especially from somebody that I really wanted to be like. I gave myself an opportunity to maximize his message into my own life, and maybe yours too. So the workout concludes, and this NFL coach addresses the group, kids, coaches, and parents. He declares that football is about 3 necessary components: power, speed, and preparation. On the surface, his summation of football was like that fatherly advice example I gave, but it makes total sense. Football is about power. Who's bigger and stronger? How many of them versus how many of you? It's about a culture that's incredible and about a town that full-throatedly supports their program. That's the type of power I'm talking about. Since yours truly's life kind of revolves around football, I decided an astute analysis of these 3 words was in order. So I plunged myself into this moment in hopes that I'd find something worth sharing. Can life actually be broken down through a football abstract? This is Ryan Van Dyke with State Champs Network.
You can catch up on any previous episode of Scout Show by downloading the free State Champs Sports app, or go to our website, statechampsnetwork.com, or social media, of course. Did you know you can find more recruiting news from the State Champs Scout team by checking out our weekly blogs at statechampsnetwork.com. Blogs, rankings, news, it's all there. No paywall, totally free. And if you love high school highlights, the State Champs Network covers over 24 high school games in all sports from the upper Midwest. Check it out. Our new host, Dylan Morello, will take over this chair next week. Until then, I'm Lauren Plant. More news next week. State Champs Scout Show is proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.